In this episode, we are going to focus on the upper body. Chest, ribs, internal injuries, and of course the spine are very sensitive, and injuries to these areas can be extremely serious.
In 2005 I got a back injury, broken my vertebra, and that was really bad, really hard to come back on the bike, stay 3 weeks lying on the bed, so that's make you think a little bit.
The spine, very complex thing. Spine starts with the pelvis, goes into lumbar spine, thoracic spine with all of the ribs. On the breast, like thoracic spine, we have our shoulder girdle and then the neck. Very complex part.
All elite riders wear the best possible helmets, gloves and protection for knees and the back.
You have the protection for the spine, for the lower spine, that will start from the neck, and you have the very heavy helmet. But the area in between, and we're talking about the cervical spine, is nearly unprotected. And if you then have a heavy head and on top of it a heavy helmet, then the forces that will appear to the head are a lot higher without a protection to the lower spine. So this area of the cervical spine is at risk, and therefore a protection of that area, it does make sense.
But the neck brace is still not everyone's favourite.
I have this helmet and I have these shoulders. If you're not able to handle the loads because of your functional and structural system, the injury don't happen because of the hit on the rock. It happens because of the pressure load in the joint, because the athlete was not able anymore to stabilize it.
In 2015, went down hard trying to do this drift. Didn't go too good, to be honest. And then dislocated my collarbone, grade 2. Then cracked 3 ribs and made a hole in my lung. So the hardest part and the worst part of that crash was actually the lung part of it, even though it wasn't as bad, because when it gets gnarly, then they have to like make a hole in your lung and get the air out of it or something like that. But thanks God, it was just grade 1, so they didn't have to do that. But still, when that happens, you can fly. So I had to stay in Japan for, like, I was supposed to stay there for at least 2 weeks. Man, like, by a week after the crash, I was just over.
In 2012, I kind of scrubbed this jump too hard and landed sideways and went over the bars and ruptured my spleen. Kind of a bit of a shock to myself and also I guess the whole World Cup circuit. We haven't really had many internal injuries in the past, and for something like that to happen where I didn't even know that I ruptured my spleen is a bit of an eye-opener for everyone, and kind of made everyone a bit more cautious of when they do injure their stomach and internals. I've kind of worn a bit more body armour since then, just to be a little bit more careful and take away a bit of the instant hit, but at the same time you could wrap yourself in bubble wrap and still hurt yourself, so you kind of just need to get on with it.